Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to part three of the tour. This one we're going to talk about auto racing a little bit. We're going to be talking about Formula One specifically because that's where all the action is, and that's what I like to watch anyway. Um, so we're going to talk about Lewis Hamilton more than once. So this one just talk about the racing part. Keep it on the field or the racetrack. Um, so pretty much what the big news kind of going on is we have number one, Mercedes just kind of dominating everybody. Nobody can touch him. Lewis Hamilton out here just beasting on everybody. Still number one. They got the best car. They got the best drivers. It's there's no action coming up in the front. You got Red Bull. Red Bull just they're flashing the pan. It's like Ferrari last year. Like nothing really gonna happen. Still Mercedes. They're gonna be 1-2 all the time. Nothing new. It's just like how many races Bottas gonna win so that keeps Lewis from winning the title like 4 races into the fucking like season. So nothing new there in the front of the grid. Mercedes is gonna win with Lewis, which is good because he'll get the I think it's a record. Yeah, 7 times in a row. Well, equal the record. One of those. I'll figure that shit out later on. After that, we do have kind of like Red Bull and Racing Point kind of going at it. I guess Racing Point is in this weird space where people are accusing them of having last year's Mercedes pretty much just kind of copied their homework, took all the answers, and just changed a bunch of shit a little bit on there. That's all they did. I mean, I do love the joke tracing point, so that there is that. So that's one thing they got to deal with. Two is funding. Um, the boss, Lance Stroll, he doesn't. He needs to keep funding going for the team. And number two is the drivers. So Perez and Stroll. So Stroll is the child of the owner. So they're talking about Sebastian Vettel coming from Ferrari. He's gonna be a free agent coming up at the end of the year. Still got a couple years left. He's still good. Like he deserves a seat. Um, and Racing Point, if they keep improving the way they are, they'll be really competitive. They'll be up there, kind of behind Mercedes, the second part of the grid, not the mid of the grid, but kind of 1B, I guess, of the grid. They'll be right there. So they're thinking about who gets booted off his seat, Stroll or Perez. Right now, it's looking like Perez is gonna be booted off just because nepotism, daddy owns the team kind of thing. But hey, if Stroll kind of pulls through, shows like, hey, I'm a better driver, I deserve this, then you know people won't complain as much. Like, yo, this guy's a future. I mean, the guy's only 21 years old, so he's definitely has a future. So hopefully he shows up, he proves himself so that he can just stop the doubters. Because if he sucks for the rest of the year and Perez gets booted off, it's a problem. That's a big fucking problem for everybody. Other than that, you have the mid of the team. You have McLaren kind of making a resurgent. They're looking really good. We have Renault just kind of doing their thing, kind of here and there. Um, So the midfield is kind of here and there. It's kind of We do have Ferrari now caught up in the midfield. Funny thing about them is I'm pretty sure they'll kind of get something going because at least by the end of the year they'll get something going where they're at least competitive enough to where they can be in front of the mid grid without much issues. Because right now they're just pure trash. Like I have no idea what car they brought. I guess it's because they got caught last year. Last year they got caught with the oil mixing scandal where they got more power by mixing more oil. Um, that shit was not flying this year. So that just fucked him over, and now they need to start from square one and actually earn it like everybody else. Um, but with Vettel leaving and Charles Leclerc being the main driver, with fuck, I forgot his name for the McLaren. Let me look him up real quick. F1 McLaren. Oh, my keyboard is not working. F1 McLaren drivers. Carlos Sainz. Yep, he's joining Ferrari next year, so Ferrari would be good. They do need to get it together before the end of the season because 2021 they had the same car, pretty much. They can't change too much on it. So if they struggle at the end of the season, they're fucked. Yeah, we'll keep up with Ferrari a lot too as the season keeps going on. So we'll come back to them and keep talking about them more and more to kind of make sure that we understand like what's going on with Ferrari. Other than that, that is pretty much Formula One. It's pretty boring. I mean, we have only two races. Um, I do feel like Mercedes is gonna win. Red Bull is gonna be second tier, Racing Point after that, the McLaren after that. So nothing's gonna change unless somebody like takes their dick out and like, yo, I made big changes. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep updating you guys because I love Formula One and I know some of you guys like it too. So we'll keep talking about this more and more. And that's it for this part of the tour. Moving on to the last part of the rent, and I'll be right back.